foremost. Now, I think they kind of sneak peeked my topic, and some of you probably won't if you saw it. So, oh, where was it there? There it is. Sneak peek the topic. Who's excited? I really wasn't expecting that when it came to virtual party success. But here's the thing. So Louise and I were talking about this topic, and she's saying, Bree, I need you to come over here and talk about how it's worked for you guys over in the U.S. because our UK ladies don't believe that it's working here. How many of you don't believe that it works in the UK and we're totally different than the U.S.? Okay. And here's the thing. I want you to keep staying with me throughout this whole thing. Write your notes, take your pictures, do what you have to do. But hear me out. I'm going to show you how we did it, how we do it. I'm going to prove that it works to you. And then I'm going to show you that it's working here too. Okay, because we have a special guest that will come up and share her story of how it's working right here in the UK. You'll never believe it. So, getting started. Let's go. You have to prepare a virtual party. Okay? You have to prepare a virtual party. And I'm going to tell you this too before I go into this. The only way to never have a successful virtual party is to not be having virtual parties. The only way. I was actually at one of the events in the U.S. and they were asked about PRS and how it was a unified when we had it, and they were asked about how they keep their PRS coming. And the man got up and he said, well, this whole table, we decided that we do not virtual party. That's not how we get our PRS. None of us have had a successful virtual party. Sir, it's because you're not having virtual parties. You just said that. So it's impossible to have successful ones. So with that being said, you also need to realize that mindset, which is all it is that you've decided they don't work here. It also happens over in the U.S. and really globally, anywhere we're open. That is a mindset on virtual parties. And the reason why that is the mindset is because they're work and they're tough. And you will bomb and you will fail. And some people take it personally and they are done. Okay? But the right way to do it is to prepare for it. Prepare your outline. We do 10-day parties, right? So we need to know what we're doing every single solitary day. Now, virtual parties have also evolved over social media. When we first started in Unique, it was 10 days of selfies and product pictures. Okay? And guess what? I'll show you. It still worked that way, but now today we have videos and we can go live. So much more at your fingertips to use. So, prepare the outline before you even go out looking for a hostess. Find and prepare your hostess. Anyone have trouble finding the hostess? Oh, that was so good. Yeah, so that is a common problem, right? It's not just here in the UK that you have trouble finding a hostess. So what you need to do is kind of back off some of the pressure off yourself. It's the same kind of mindset with recruiting. It's a little tough because people sometimes, when you approach them, feel like you're kind of hounding them and they're kind of like, oh, I don't want any part of that, right? But what if you took it into a different spin and you said, hey, listen, I'm trying this new party platform. It's a live party platform and I need help. Would you host one for me? Just so I can practice. Then they're like, okay, sure. They're more likely to help you than try to earn. Does that make sense? Because when you say try to earn, they're thinking, well, now I got to do all the work. Granted, when you have a hostess that helps, it's going to sell more product, right? So you have to also prepare your hostess. And I'll be honest, what I say, here's the deal. You're going to help me out by hosting this. We're going to add your friends to this event, and take the word party out of it. We're going to do a lash bash. We're going to do moms and makeovers, whatever you want to call it online. Take the word party out of it because it has that connotation of no thanks. But you're going to tell them, if you help me out and you're posting your pictures, if they have products, or if you're active in there, commenting, giving your 2 cents, tagging your friends, we already know from experience that that's going to sell more products and you're going to be able to actually get some for free, so that's kind of a bonus for you. Okay? So that's how I prepare them for the earn free products is, if you want to help me out, you're going to get something out of it. There is something in this for you. But you're going to prepare them, and you can even prepare their scripts. While you're preparing your scripts, you can prepare their scripts. And parties also, it shouldn't be different from party to party to party. You prepare these once, maybe once a quarter, once every time we switch products, but you don't do it 87 times because you're having 87 parties. Making sense? Okay, so that's why we prepare all of this ahead of time, and then we can run multiple parties in that 10 days because we're just posting the same things. Got me? So prepare your scripts and prepare your posts. Again, this goes along with this outline. What are you going to post specifically on each day? Have it done beforehand. Don't have any parties booked. Sit down, take a day, prepare your script. Then you're going to go and you're going to get your hostesses, and then you're going to prepare your event page before you ever add anyone into it. Okay? So you've got the hostess. Here's the thing. Sure, you like groups, right? Bree likes events. Sure, you've had successful parties, right? Bree's had successful parties. Find what works for you. There's no right or wrong event versus group. The reason why I like events, I can change the time and send notifications. There's just a few things. And I don't have 10,000 groups still open because you can't really close them unless you take everyone out, all that good stuff. So, but find what works for you. Some people hate events. Don't do them. Don't do them. It's really that simple. Okay. You're going to set up your parties on Wednesdays. The link is going to start on Wednesdays. Why? 2 Payday Fridays. Okay? So you get a chance to catch them when they have that exclusive, oh, I can't this week. Great, I'll be here next week. Okay, so 10-day party, like start them on Wednesdays. And do it where all of your parties start on the same day. It's so much easier to just wake up in the morning and post to your 8 or 10 parties. 8 or 10 parties, go in the afternoon, or like Claire and Katie talked about the automatic posting. You can set that up too if you're not around for the afternoon. But make sure that you have everything lined up. And it's going to start on a Wednesday. Studies show more interaction happens on social media on Saturdays and Sundays. So while we have this party set up for 10 days, what I like to do, okay, back in the day when we started 3 whole years ago, we would run it, pictures and selfies and all that kind of stuff for 10 whole days. Okay? We've kind of tweaked that to where you're going to pick one single day to actually have the party. Okay? It's going to be open for 10 days, but you're going to pick Saturday or Sunday and say, hey, this is when you show up. This is the same time. Just like you would do at an in-home party. Okay? Specific time, specific date. Got me? And I have this question too, and I know it's probably on your mind. The days leading up, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're still posting in that group, but we're only posting once, maybe twice a day. We're not running the party yet, okay? It's just kind of giving some feelers. The link will be in the details of the party, but we're not sending out the link. We're not really gung-ho after it. We're kind of just saying, hey, look at what we have. Get ready for Saturday or Sunday, okay? So I know that was probably on somebody else's mind. And then the peak times, 8 to 10 again, at night. At night, we're on Facebook or any social media, really. Okay, create the event privately. That is so important for a few reasons. If you're going to do any sort of special or, any of those things, it has to be done privately. You don't want to be spammy, so don't be public. And if you have the same outline for all your parties and they're all public, then good. Keep it private, okay? It doesn't make anyone feel special if it's public. Set up the party. We post before adding the guests. We talked about that. And then set the date and time for the live party. What I would say is, one of the first posts is I introduced myself. And now I like to do it on a video. because that gets personality in there if you don't know the people. That will get kind of across to them who you are, and they will connect with you. So that happens day one. That happens on Wednesday when the party goes up, okay? Don't wait until the live party on Saturday and Sunday to do it. Day one, About Me, goes up. And then a video about, hey guys, welcome to the party. I want to let you know that you'll be able to preview some of the items that we're going to talk about, but when the live goes happen, it's this Saturday at 9 p.m. That's when you want to be here in your pajamas with a cold drink or a cup of tea. Okay, so while you're going to add people into your event, you need to let them know. Ask them, but let them know that they're going to help you out come into this party, right? So you're going to send one-on-ones. You're going to get personal with them. It's not just, hey, Mary Sarah, add 50 friends to this event. No, it's okay. You can add them in, and then I'm going to go in and make sure they know that they were invited and say, hey, glad you're here. Let me tell you a little secret about this, okay? A lot of times, people think virtual parties, we think PRS, right? First thing that comes to mind? Anyone have something different? Right. So, people always ask, how do I expand my network? Gone through all my Facebook friends. You party. You party, you party, you party, and you party some more, because now you're in front of people that you never would be put in front of. And this is your chance. Now, you have a connection. So when you go and you're doing these personal one-on-ones to their friends, saying, hey, saw you're added to our party, thanks for joining, I can't wait for it to happen on Saturday. How do you know Sarah? Okay? Take it completely outside of unique. How do you know the hostess? Oh, that's great, this time to start a conversation, right? Demi, I believe it was her name, yesterday was saying, she's a top UK recruiter so far this year, and says, I get to know people one-on-one through PMs. Well, how do you find people? You party and you start the one-on-one conversations, okay? No more than 50 guests. That's another thing that we kind of learned as we went, was we were just kind of throwing hundreds of people into a group or an event and running the party. And there was little to no interaction, no one felt special, and it kind of got, I'll admit it, even sometimes halfway through the party I'm like, done, this is going nowhere. Well, we found out it's too many people, they don't feel like they were added for a reason because you chose them, they were just thrown in there. That's why it's so important to have those one-on-one conversations, and it's literally impossible to do it with more than 50 people. You'll see, especially if you have multiple parties going on. So again, up to 1 to 2 times daily up to the party date. Okay. So I actually made this before live came into the groups, but I still today say pre-recorded videos. Okay? Pre-record your videos and then upload them for the live party. Okay? Now, the one exception I personally would do is, so when I have party hostesses, I will do all of my pre-recorded. But once a month, I party for myself live, for my customers, my clients. Maybe you do it in your VIP group, maybe you do it in an event, however you like. But I do mine actually live, now that we have that option. So I would throw that in there. And a lot of times too, you want this connection you made with these new friends, they're going to end up in your VIP group. So even if they don't buy from that one, they're still in your zone. Make sense? Okay. So we're going to do 1 video per product. Here's the 2 parties I like to do. Either collection or my favorite 5. My fave 5. Okay? Either one of those. And you can, make video outlines for both, and then whichever one you decide to do in the party that week, do it. But 1 video per application. You're putting on your Glorious, that's 1 video. If it's even 30 seconds, fine. Because 1, it'll upload quicker, and 2, people aren't getting bored. They're waiting for the next one. They now have to click out of that one and get into the next one. So there's more action going on, which creates interaction in your parties. Okay? not falling asleep on the other end. Usually there's interaction, but I'll do a break video and say, hey, what I want to know is, what's your favorite product? What have you seen so far that's your favorite? And do you have any tips, tricks, or techniques? Because I'm no professional. I know there's a few professionals in here, but I'm no professional. So the way I put on my makeup, someone else might do brilliantly another way. And so I ask their input, right? Because people like to tell you what they know. So that gets them involved, and it's not about buying a product, okay? So I then do, after I close all of that out, how to order. Has anyone seen the tag team ladies? Okay, so I had already created this when I watched that video, but they kind of reiterated a point that they actually did the research of people that are put into these parties don't want to go somewhere else and order. And then I sat back and I thought, well, I already do that in one of my videos where I say, hey, here's the time to order and here's how you do it. If you want me to send you the link, comment link. If you want me to send you an invoice, comment invoice. And leave your email. I can put that too. And I use PayPal invoice. If you need to learn that, that's a whole other 30-minute presentation, just Google it. But I asked them, and then I realized when I heard the tag team people do it, I'm like, I'm that person. If I am in an online party, I always am like, can you just get it for me and I can PayPal you the money real quick? And I have skipped out on ordering from a party because I was like, I don't want to go find it on your website and then go through the whole checkout process. Lazy as it may seem, that's kind of common. So offer the invoice. And if it's a local group party, of course, you're going to do the bulk order and get all the free shipping. That is another bonus in your party. That is another video in your party if it's a local party that you can hand out the products to. Okay, and then I always do an opportunity video, okay, at the end, but it's quick. It's not the Wednesday night call that you get on and hear someone's story and what they love and about the company. It's just, hey, I really love running this party with you guys. If you think that this is something you might have fun doing and want to earn a little extra cash, you and I should talk. PM me. Or like this. They don't even have to comment, right? Just like this post, and I'll shoot you a PM. But make sure that it's your personality that's saying that. Don't be nervous. Just be you. And say, hey guys, I'm really goofy if you've seen any of my videos. So don't be afraid to look silly. And actually, I was doing one of these parties, and it was actually a real live one. And I spilled water, because I was trying to show how the liners don't run. And I was like, oh, and I had a cup below me. I was like, shh, and went over my computer, and I was like, ah, on the live. And you know what? So many comments on that. People were like, oh my God, you're a real person. This is hysterical. You're just like me. They related to the clumsiness that I had in that video. So a lot of people think you have to be like, hello, I'm running the party. Thanks for joining. This is a professional business. While it is, we have fun, and that is what attracts people to our business, is the fact that we can be ourselves and relax a bit. So don't take on that pressure. So yes, I also say this. I have a really quick thing of how to do a quick opportunity. How you were first exposed, why you said yes, and what you're working towards now. Super quick. Done, in, out. Okay, and then a thank you video. Thanks for coming. This was so much fun. And I actually don't even say anything about if you want to host a party, because I'll be honest, my reason for that is because I first want to have the conversation about if you want to join my team. But then I've already have all these PMs going on the side about it, about the company, about the products, about the friendships that I'm building. And so in there, I'll say, hey, did you like that party platform? Get some feedback from them, make them feel important, and then, well, would you mind trying it out for me too? I think I'm getting the hang of it, whatever it is. But keep that private, because then they feel special that you invited them to host. Here's where all of you that say it doesn't work, it works. Okay, so literally, what I did was, and the thing is, you've seen my videos, you've seen Sherry's videos, and what do we say? You the road to success. They're the road to the PRS. They're the road to the new recruits. And what a lot of you are looking for is the straight and narrow. And you're looking for the easy way. Parties are by no means easy. They take work, but so does success. It goes hand in hand. Our top 6 earners, I said, guys, when you were building, how many parties did you have going a week on average? So granted, could be more, could be less at some point, but on average. And these were the answers that I got. Okay? Notice, not a single one says none. Not a single one says none. Okay? And I will tell you guys, it's a lot of here, right? It's a lot of a mental mindset. We talked about this entire weekend of what your perspective is on parties. Okay. So here's the truth, right? Parties don't work unless you do. And a lot of us as leaders, when we have our downline come to us and they're like, I don't know what it is, I can't sell a thing. Every person I talk to, my mom and my grandma aren't signing up. And I've run out of network that you keep talking about. They always say that network thing. Yeah, because you're not networking. Even if you don't sell a single thing at a party, if you made one connection, that could be a rock star. You know, Sarah Robbins talks about you have this huge acreage of land, and if I told you there were four golden bars out there, you would dig up every piece of that land until you found those golden bars. Then you go cash them in, right? But you have to keep searching for those people who are going to help accelerate your business, the people who have the same ideas and vision as you. And parties is not just about PRS, but it's about expanding your network and expanding your business. So I showed you the top earners and how many parties we had while we're building. And here's the light at the other end of the tunnel, right? If you start out 8 to 10 and you build yourself to a black status business, your shift kind of changes as a leader, and you're not partying 8 to 10 times. You're partying maybe twice a month, maybe 5 times a month, you know, if you're really ambitious. So my point to that is, right now, that's your job. Your job is to start parties and find party hostesses, okay? So we have someone really special. So I showed you how all those top earners party, and then you could look at that list and go, well, what do they have in common? USA, right? But we're in the UK, Bree. We're in the UK, it's different. I'm telling you, the mindset is the same. We fight this constantly with new presenters. Parties don't work, parties don't work. No, parties are work, okay? But, where's she? She's like, is she ready for me? Yeah. So, who I'm about to share the stage with, in the last 3 months, she has a company wholesale of over 155,000 company wholesale. In 3 months, okay, that's amazing. Her average party per person, $400. Maybe it's tax. 400 PRS per party per person, okay? And so the reason why she has that kind of company wholesale is because she trains her team that it is a must to party. And she trains them how to party. So if you guys would please help me welcome Hannah Routledge to the stage.
Terrified right now. So I'm just going to have a couple of minutes with you, just a couple of minutes to share some really important information. And when Louise asked me to do this, I was quite nervous because you're going to see my company exposed in its rawest form, like stuff you never see. But it's really important that you take these figures, you cement it with all that awesomeness, and you take all the training and things that you know and you put it together. And you leave here today and you change your business. And I know that seems like a big ask, I absolutely know it's possible, and I'm going to show you why. So a bit of background. My company is just over a year old. I joined at the end of April 2015. And the top figure there is our company wholesales, a 3-month average. We took April out because it was a big month, so this is a really true figure. So we come out normally with around 155,710.83 PRS per month. On average, we found that people in my team will pull around 400 PRS per person per party. But you know the exciting thing is, on average, as a minimum, my team do 3 of these a month. And I was like, God, like if every single person in this room today left here and did an extra 1,200 PRS this month, what would your business look like? What would that do to your team? Where would it take you? How would you feel if they were your results? I can tell you it would blow your business up. I wish every active person in my team came back and did 1,200 points, because I'd be black status. 50% of my team find at least, and I want to stress that word, at least, 1 new recruit per person. You're looking for 5-3, right? Hello? There you go, you've done it nearly, just from your online events. My whole business has been built on parties. I love a home party, I really, really do. And in fact, they form my social life. But I have 2 children, so these have to work. I have to build my business somehow, and this is how I do it. 75% of my team will tell you that online events form a significant part of their business. And this was anonymous, by the way. There was no coercion involved. It was, a true answer. 25% of them do at least 500 points per month, with a further 20% doing over 1,600, and a further 5.5%, because we're in sales, right, Louise, so I can round that one up, do more than 2,500 points per month. And here's the thing, me included. Because I will not ask my team to do something that I cannot and do not do myself. To create that duplicable process that you need to build your residual income, to grow your team, to do whatever it is you need to do to reach your goal, you have to have it in here. You have to live it, breathe it, embed it into your being, motivate them, use it to inspire your team. Do you know what? Listen to them. What challenges are they facing right now? And as a community, which is the key word we talked about yesterday, how can we overcome it? How can we adapt this training to make it relevant, keep it on trend, incorporate going live, like Bruce said? Only 5% of my business is made up of kidnappers and hobbyists, and that's fine. We welcome them with open arms. We give them the same opportunity that we give everybody else. But you know what? When the Scarlet Starlets do a party, when we do an online event, we go out as a well-oiled machine of a party. We are practiced, we are rehearsed, we are purposeful with what we say. Because parties are a standard in our business. You want to join our team? This is how we do it. You don't have to do it, but if you want to be successful, then this is what we do. And I don't want you to think I've given you or been asked to give you these facts and figures today to try to impress you, but to impress upon you that if you just take the time to learn, you take that time to practice, and then you teach it, these online events, they will change your business. And I can promise you that. And the last figure that I want to leave you with, and perhaps the most special one to me, is around team growth. Because my team grew by 57% just in the first quarter of this year. And that I can directly attribute to online events, because you can be a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. Thank you.
Exactly your team. Now, I'm going to also let you guys know, this isn't a challenge, this isn't a if you feel like it, it is your new role to your new life in Unique that starts today. You cannot go to your sponsor with any sort of complaint of I can't, it's hard, I don't know, unless you have 5 to 10 parties going at that moment and you need help tweaking it. I heard the moans. I'm serious. Because that's what you can do about it. That's what you can control. Is going out and getting the party started, finding the hostesses, and